When you think of Maya Angelou, you may remember her as a dynamic writer who penned her works in a tone that was just as bold and strong as her voice. What you may not know is that this multi-talented writer wore many hats in her lifetime, including fry cook, journalist, cocktail waitress, newspaper editor, singer, dancer, actress, director, activist, and streetcar conductor. So how did this woman of many careers become one of the most famous African American writers of the 20th century? Let's see. Maya Angelou was born on April 4, 1928 in St. Louis, Missouri as Marguerite Ann Johnson. Her older brother, who struggled to pronounce the name Marguerite, decided to nickname her Maya instead. After her parents' dysfunctional relationship and divorce, Maya and her brother Bailey moved to Stamps, Arkansas to live with their paternal grandmother. Occasionally, Maya and her brother would return home to visit their mother, and during one of those visits, 7-year-old Maya was raped by her mother's boyfriend. When Maya's uncles heard the news, they wasted no time in putting the man to death. The events traumatized Maya to the point that she would stop speaking. She wouldn't speak again for the next 5 years. During her 5-year silence, her grandmother and her grandmother's friends encouraged Maya to read. Through her love of poetry and writing, Maya reclaimed her voice again at age 12. Maya Angelou worked a number of jobs to support herself at an early age. She even became a streetcar conductor at age 15 during World War II, when many men had left their jobs to join the war effort. Angelou also became a performer, singing and dancing in the calypso and cabaret styles. Of the many occupations Maya Angelou held, she's most notably known as a writer, publishing 7 autobiographies, 3 books of essays, and several books of poetry. Angelou's works reflect a direct and informal tone, her writings centered on colloquial African American life, racism, and sexual abuse. Angelou was a world traveler. Her time as a performer took her all over Europe. While there, she learned to speak 5 languages: French, Spanish, Hebrew, Italian, and Arabic. Angelou would also go on to live in Ghana, Africa, for 3 years. While she was there, she learned to speak Fanti and worked as an administrative assistant for the University of Ghana. During the Civil Rights Movement, many African Americans moved to Ghana and created an expat community there. In 1964, Malcolm X visited Ghana and met with Angelou. While in Ghana, Angelou and Malcolm X worked together and planned the Organization of Afro-American Unity, the organization Malcolm X started after leaving the Nation of Islam. After 3 years of living in Ghana, Angelou would leave in 1965 to aid Malcolm X in this new project. On February 21, 1965, while preparing to address the Organization of Afro-American Unity, Malcolm X was assassinated. The organization soon collapsed after X's murder, and Angelou continued as an activist while assisting King in the Southern Christian Leadership Conference. Angelou developed a friendship with Martin Luther King Jr., stating that Martin reminded her of her brother Bailey and that she would become a little girl again when he visited her office. Just 3 years after Malcolm X's assassination, Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated on April 4, 1968. It was Angelou's 40th birthday. Maya Angelou had promised King that she would help him raise money for his Poor People's March, but asked him to wait until after her birthday because she would be having a party with friends. She never got the opportunity. For many years, Angelou refused to celebrate her own birthday. According to Angelou, life stopped for me for a few days. It was terrible. I couldn't believe that this great man, this great dream, this great dreamer, this person who dared to love everybody, could be killed. Maya's friend, writer and activist James Baldwin, urged her to write her autobiography entitled, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. This autobiography, which touches on racism and rape, helped Angelou to cope with her grief following King's death. Angelou also continued her friendship with Coretta Scott King, calling her one of her sister friends. Angelou's accomplishments are too abundant to name, but here's a few. She was awarded the National Medal of Arts by President Bill Clinton, and the Presidential Medal of Freedom by President Barack Obama. She's won 3 Grammy Awards, 20 Lifetime Achievement Awards, she's had 30 healthcare and medical facilities named after her, and she's received more than 50 honorary degrees. Maya Angelou was truly a remarkable example of turning trials into triumph.